And now we get the two best words in sports. Stephen A. Smith, Kendrick Perkins, Bob Myers. I'm Malika Andrews. What was the phrase you used?
Which one?
The seize, the opportunity?
Don't worry about that.
Yeah, desperation sees the sucker.
Well, I don't know about who was the sucker, but I know that desperation seized the Minnesota Timberwolves, Stephen A., and they came out with force. What did they need to do to now go on the road and close out this series?
Replicate what they did in Game 6. You come out there after Denver starts off the game on a 9-2 run. They scored like 19 or 20 straight points. You got to get after them. You got to elevate that level of defensive intensity and make sure they understand that nothing will be given, everything will be earned. It's Game 7. You come with that kind of fervor, that kind of battle. And if you're the Minnesota Timberwolves, here's what you got to recognize. You're going up against the reigning defending champion with led by a three-time league MVP that's considered the greatest in the world. You're going up against him. What you want to do is you want to fight and keep it close enough so your superstar is somebody they got to worry about as the moment wanes.
Well, I'm looking at it right now, and we view Jokic as the best player in the world.
Yes.
Anthony Edwards has said that publicly. I don't believe that he believes that. He believes that he's the best player in the world. And it's time throughout this series that he have shown that even on Denver home court. I'm looking at him, and he's going to bring that same tenacity on both ends of the floor because he got Jamal Murray in a straitjacket right now. I like the lineup that Coach Finch went with in the second quarter and throughout the game, where he went with Karl Anthony Towns at the 5, Nas Reed at the 4. Now you got spacing to go out there and do what you do best. Yeah. But again, Minnesota, all they got to do is continue what they do on the perimeter. That's be on their high horse scrambling, being feisty, and they're going to take care of business.
Bob, let me ask you this.
Oh, is that okay? No, I just he predicted Minnesota.
Yeah, he did predict Minnesota to win this series. But you've told us a story before about Steve Kerr and about the team who gets punched, like Denver just got punched. They have the edge going into this next game.
Yeah, Steve said something interesting that when you blow a team out, human nature is to just pull back a little bit. Now, this is a Game 7, so maybe that doesn't apply because everybody knows what's at stake. I love that it's at a Game 7. Everybody knows I thought Denver would win Game 6. That did not happen. But I love Game 7. I love the fact that this is going to be the most important game in the last 20 years for the Timberwolves. They win this game, we're all saying something different about Denver, Minnesota. They go to the Western Conference Finals, they could go to the finals. And so this is a huge game for both franchises. I mean, Denver's trying to repeat. That's always difficult. Fascinating game. So excited to see what Anthony Edwards brings and what Jokic brings. But Denver, having home court, having been there before, I think has the advantage.
Because you've been with me since 2003, and now you decide to go against.
I got to, because I'm just going with Stephen A.
Well, Denver is 4-3 in Game 7 all time, and Minnesota 1-0.
NBA on the ESPN.